Hello guys.
Good afternoon everyone.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening,
evening.
wherever you are.
And good night.
Yes, and hopefully not so good night before you watch this. First of all, before I start absolutely anything, we're just going to wait until to see people joining. Is anyone joining right now? We'll give it a few seconds.
I think it takes a while.
Okay, yep, somebody's come in. Somebody's come in, that's good. Just comment on the box below who's tuning in and where you're from, so that we can give you a shout out.
I'm going to share this.
And whether you can hear us properly. That's another very important point. Okay. Right, anyway, we'll let us start because I don't know if anybody's there. We can't see anybody that's joined at the moment. Okay, so what we want to do is we need to know if you can...
There was one person.
Oh, there is?
There's somebody.
Oh, great. Okay, brilliant. Right. Well, I want you to guess which animal makes this noise. All right? So I'm going to play it, and then I want you guys to guess, and I'll tell you the answer later on. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Lovely. Thank you very much for joining. So
thank you for joining, Nicole.
I want you guys to guess what's the noise of this animal. Okay, I'm going to play it right now. Let me just get this thing going again. If it ever comes on. Oops.
Right. You lost it?
Yep, it went away. It's going to come just now, guys. Sorry. Problem with phones, unfortunately.
Oh, well, you can give it a guess, Nicole. No harm in trying.
Oh dear, what's going on? Here we go. Right, you ready? All right. I want you guys to guess that. Hi Jonas, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Have a guess what that is, and I will reveal that later on, and hopefully I will play it again if it works.
Okay,
right?
Nicole has guessed hippo.
Hippo. Keep you in suspense for that. But I will play it as we go along, right? So let's try it. Right, so today we're going to talk about what we class as a slice of heaven on earth.
Absolutely heaven on earth.
And that's the best way I can put this specific property. So the property is based down in the Eastern Cape of South Africa, and it's a malaria-free area. So if you're looking for a safari, for your kids, or you're looking for a nice getaway without having the fear of having a malaria safari or something like that, this place is a really, really beautiful place to go to. Okay, it's based down around 70 kilometers from Port Elizabeth Airport, so you would fly into Port Elizabeth. Hi Gatlin, how are you? Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for joining.
And it's around 70 kilometers up from Port Elizabeth Airport. You can do a self-drive up there. It's pretty easy to reach, and it's at the Addo Elephant Park. So now Bina's going to tell you a little bit more about the Addo Elephant Park, and then we can continue talking about the actual camp itself.
Okay, so the Addo Elephant Park is based in the...
I don't know if you can see this. Let me just pull the camera down a bit, and then you can have a look.
Okay, so it's the closest, as Umar mentioned, it's the closest from. I think I can.
Can you show it? Can
Yeah.
you see it?
So it's around Port Elizabeth is towards the in the Eastern Cape, and Addo National Park is around inside Port Elizabeth, which is about 70 kilometers drive from the from Port Elizabeth to Addo National Park, and Gorah is a private concession inside. I think
Yep.
So Gorah is here, and so Gorah is a private concession of about 50,000 hectares. Is it 5,000? 5,000 hectares.
Yeah,
Sorry,
5,000
sorry,
hectares.
I get confused in the numbers. But yeah, 5,000 hectares, which is approximately 50 kilometers, and it's located in the heart of Addo Elephant National Park, and we're going to talk more about our experiences and how beautiful it is, and why we think it's a slice of heaven on earth.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, the camp itself is a very exclusive. How would I put it? It's more of a colonial feel to it. And you would drive in quite a distance from the park gates, where generally it's open to the general public. Okay, so you would have a lot of guest houses and camps outside the park, but then Gorah is the only one that is based in the Addo Elephant Park in the concession, and you'd have to go through some private gates, and then you start driving down. And then from nowhere you'll see this amazing camp, and it's with old colonial feel to it. It's the old colonial buildings that were just left in ruins, and the locals had actually built it up again. And the history of it is a little bit more complicated than that. But what's the exact history of it?
So there have been, over the past 250,000 years, people have come and gone, and the Gorah the Gorah camp itself has got a wonderful history, and I was reading up on that. There is the first family that came in, that moved into the colonial house. It was a farm, and they moved in there. And the wife was actually 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
She was still a child when the husband married her. Gatlin says, "Me send a sad face. He wanted to."
Oh, it's okay.
No
we
worries.
know.
So yes, so it's a wonderful history. And then it was a family farm for a long time, and then it was sold off to Hunter Hotels, which is who owns the property now.
Yeah, it's more like a manor house sort of feel to it. So yeah, it's based with 11 ensuite tents, and these tents are all again rustic. They give you the whole 1900 colonial feeling to it. Amazing king size beds. You've got the colonial bath, sort of, the stand up his and hers sinks. I'll be posting the actual pictures, some of the pictures later on, so you guys can have a look at it. And very airy tents. Outside there's a small little veranda. You can sit and literally just look out into the plains and the hills of Addo. And because it's quite high up, so the mornings are really misty and they're so beautiful. And just the feel of being there is so secluded, and you're just surrounded by wildlife. You're just in the middle of nowhere. It is a slice of heaven. From what I can, I can feel it.
I can see people joining in, so I think we can play that sound again.
Yes, I'm going to play that sound again for you guys.
And see who can guess it right.
And I really want you guys to have a really big think about this, alright? If it works. Oh, there's one. Come on. What's happened to it?
Now you're going to place it, you have to place it before, so that it doesn't go.
That.
Okay,
So
anyone?
think about this, guys. What does that sound?
Anyone have an idea which animal's sound is that?
So we'll keep on going. African frog. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
Nicole, you're doing quite well. You're doing quite well, but no.
No, not a cow. Gatlin says no idea.
Give it a go, Gatlin. Give it a go. Frog cow. Nicole. Yeah.
Frog cow. Okay, that's
no,
the first one.
I haven't seen that on my whole years of being in the wildlife industry. Never. Right. Okay. So it's 11 suites. They're all overlooking the plains. The service is extremely immaculate. Everything to do with that place, everyone, they just want to do everything for you. All the staff, from the management to the guides, and literally from when you arrive, you have one guide that is with you throughout the trip, and he will take you. He will make sure he will take you up to your rooms. He'll make sure that you're taken care of throughout the game drives, and the facilities in the area. You've got full Wi-Fi throughout. Can be a little bit slow because you're in the bush,
slow, yeah.
but it's there. You've got 2 game drives a day. You've got tea and coffee facilities all the time.
The most beautiful part. We have to talk about that one.
Yeah. We can wait for that one.
Okay.
And then there's some. I have to give you a tip about this, guys. The iced tea is amazing at Gorah. Iced tea is to die for. It's so refreshing. And warthog. No. I think you're starting to Google it, Nicole, aren't you? Don't Google. Don't cheat.
Yeah. No cheating allowed.
Okay. So and in terms of outdoor dining, we've got amazing outdoor verandas there. You can just overlook the waterhole. When we were there, literally eland came in. We saw a lot of elephants. We saw buffaloes. We saw zebras, warthogs. God, we saw so much. In fact, there was one little a herd of elephants that came running, and do you remember that? There was a tiny little. Hi James, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks a lot for joining. And there was a tiny little elephant that was left behind, and you could see the little ears flapping. Do you remember that? You could see the little ears were flapping away as it was running to the waterhole. It was just so beautiful.
It was like we were having our afternoon tea or something,
yes.
And we were just sitting there watching the waterhole, and there was all of a sudden you see a group of elephants. So one mother and 2 children. One was slightly older, and one was slightly younger. Elephants coming rushing towards the what was that? Yeah, I made it. Okay, so they were rushing towards the waterhole as if they were so late. I think by then there was already a group of elephants who were already there, and I think these were running late.
Yeah.
And they were rushing. It was just so funny to watch that. The mother and the babies all running towards the waterhole as if they were late for the drink, and they were going to miss out on that and miss out on joining the family, which was so beautiful and so funny.
And you see the beauty of it is when you're sitting there in total silence, and all you're doing is surrounded with nature, and you're actually just seeing nature unfold, its daily life around you, and it's just so amazing to see. Even just sitting in camp, looking at the waterhole, you get to see literally, the whole family structure going on, and it's just so amazing to learn about these wonderful animals. And in fact, Gorah is known for its amazing population of elephants as well as other animals. And if you want to go to such a place where you want to see these type of amazing
that was Holly.
Wildlife,
I thought so.
Hi Holly, how are you? Lovely to come. Thanks a lot for joining in. And so this place is just beautiful for wildlife. It is in the highlands, so it does get cold in the evenings and mornings. So it's always wise to take your fleeces and something warm. You gotta have you obviously need your binoculars, your hats, your sunscreens as well, because it does get hot during the day. The camp has a swimming pool as well, so you can sit and relax by the pool after your game drive, your morning game drives. And the food, guys, I have to tell you, the food is just amazing at Gorah. The chef is I can literally tell you it's a 5-star in the bush.
Yes.
And you know, that's the way. And the staff, right from Cindy, who was managing,
Yeah.
you know, they were just so amazing to us. And at that time, we also had an anniversary. We sort of ended up going there when it was our anniversary, and we were the only ones in camp at the time. And then they had a call from a German couple that came in, and they also had their wedding anniversary. So we joined together and celebrated together at camp. It was so beautiful. They set up some beautiful stuff for us.
It was actually, so we had planned the itinerary for South Africa because we had gone for work and checking out hotels and other properties for our guests and finding out what's really good for our guests. So we had planned the itinerary, but and knew that was the day of our wedding anniversary was going to fall on this day when we went there. But we had no idea how beautiful it was as we entered. And there was, we're going to post the pictures there so you can see how it is. But as we entered the entrance and where you can sit in the lounge in the front by the waterhole, it's completely open. And while, as we entered, we could see a herd of elephants. In a short span, within half an hour, we managed to see elephants come and go. We saw warthogs.
Yeah, eland as well. There's loads of eland.
Buffaloes.
Yeah.
And all these animals within just half an hour without having to move from this place. And I was so tired. I had to go. I was supposed to go and check into my room before lunch was served and before we went on the afternoon game drive, but I just didn't want to move from there. It was so beautiful. Hi Suki, thank you for joining.
Hi Suki. I'm going to play this again for the guys who've just joined, but if you've been on safari before, I don't think you should cheat. All right, but I'm gonna play this.
So that goes for you, Suki.
I think Suki, you would know this, and I don't know, James definitely do not say a word. All right, but I'm gonna play this. Right, so I need to know
Suki,
what animal that is. Okay, Suki, I know you're gonna know it, so just say yes, you know, and then that's as far as it goes. All right, don't give it away. All right, yeah, right. And the other best thing is it's a perfect place for weddings. If you want to get married there, you can just imagine, you've got for the ladies, you've got your wedding dress up there in the in the tents, the sun glowing through at night in the morning, with the colours, and all you're doing is in the wilderness there. You're getting married with that's you sleeping. Holly, you're pretty much right. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
That's a good one, Holly.
And then when you're getting married, you've got the waterhole behind you. You've got the elephants. It's one of the most amazing. I mean, who would want to get married in a place like that? And it's a perfect place for honeymoons as well. They would go out of their way over there to give you one of the most amazing honeymoon experience. Or you could get married in Zanzibar.
Yeah,
as
that's
Suki
true.
says, yes.
Holly has guessed warthog or monkeys. No, sorry, Holly.
No. Unfortunately not, Holly.
Keep trying.
You can keep trying. We will get to it, sir, I promise you. Yeah, so, children are also allowed from the age of 10 in the park. And they've got their own rangers over there, so the children will be taken care of. They can go tracking. They can just have a little bit of a walk around and learn a little bit more about the wildlife. So, frogs, no.
Still wrong.
Still, oh, we're really getting them on this one, aren't we? It's brilliant. Really good. Right, and then I want to talk a little bit more about really an experience. Actually, have a guess why we have made the title the way it is. It has nothing to do with Gorah itself, but there's a reason behind why we have done this title. So maybe you guys can comment and guess as well what you guys think. We're talking about Gorah Elephant Park, Suki, which is in southern Africa, and it's in
Addo.
the Eastern Cape.
It's a private
it's Addo.
concession inside Addo Elephant National Park.
Yes, Addo Elephant National Park in Eastern Cape, South Africa. It's a malaria-free safari area. So I don't know if you've already been there or you've heard about it, Suki. Just comment if you have. So in terms of, I think, if you guys can just have a guess and just let me know, because you are still sitting still, you can see and hear more. Ooh. Yeah, well, it's sort of there. Not exactly. How to survive a safari wildlife encounter. Ooh. Ooh, you're very close, Nicole. Very, very close. Very, very close. Do you want to start off with it, or shall I?
Okay, so I'll start off and then you can continue.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so we landed at Port Elizabeth Airport, and we were on our way to Gorah Elephant Park. So before entering the private concession, you have to go through the entrances at Addo Elephant National Park. We did all the paperwork and everything. We were welcomed at the gates of Gorah's private concession. But that's quite far from, the entrance gates are quite far from the main camp itself. And we were driving all the way there. And we found...
Right. I'm going to take over this one. So I'm driving down and... hi Sandra, lovely to see you. So I'm driving down past the concession gates, and then... You know, it was quite a bit of a drive. We were up and down hills and around corners, and on the side of the rough tracks, there's quite a large mounds, so you can't really reverse back or forth, or you can't go up. I've been to Tahiti Hills and Boselli and Savo.
East and west. Both were under 10, so it could go to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This place is also beautiful, Suki, to go to. It's just lovely.
Holly is getting impatient.
Holly, I'm getting to it. So there's a lot of mounds up on the side, so you can't reverse back and forth. And obviously with a hired vehicle that we had, the ground clearance wasn't so high, so you couldn't go up and down. So as I'm turning the corner, I see this huge elephant right on the road. Huge. It's probably the largest elephant I've ever seen. And so with the experience I've had with elephants before, I gave it a huge distance, so I stopped and just turned the vehicle off, and we stood there, and literally there was no way for me to turn back. There was no way, because I was on a hill, there was no way for me to go on the sides, and I was really starting to worry about my car, because I had hired the vehicle and I didn't want any damage to it. So this elephant was in front of me, and it had it was eating branches, and it was eating its leaves, and it was throwing things on the road. So here now on the road, we obviously can't get down and remove it. But the lucky thing is, it was quite intelligent. It picked up the branches and threw it off the road. So it cleared the road for us. But instead of going the opposite way, it started walking towards us. And that is when I started thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Because this vehicle's rented. If something goes wrong, then we're in big trouble. And so running makes you like, yes, absolutely. You cannot run. You literally can't run. You have to. And the good thing with an elephant, actually, it chose to walk towards us. It was quite calm. And I was reading the body language, but it came literally to the bonnet of the vehicle, and that's when you really do see the enormous size of such an animal. We were in a pretty big car, and we were literally under the belly of this animal, and we were just, all I could see were the tusks, and I was just thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen now? And he stood there and he just looked at us, and was just literally on the bonnet. He was looking at us, and then he decided to walk right next to me on the side. And now I've got a video of this, and I'm going to post you the link of the YouTube later on, so you guys can have a look at it. It's one of the most amazing experiences we had with this wild elephant, and that was what I mean by the title being "Sit Still," because you cannot move. You have to sit very, very still.
Death by elephant.
Yeah, death by elephant. Luckily it wasn't. Luckily it wasn't. But that was one of the most amazing experiences I think we've both had with the wild elephant.
And we found out later that the name of this elephant was Mr. Vali Musa.
Vali Musa. He was a prominent elephant that comes up to the camp a lot. Luckily, it wasn't on must, so must meaning on heat. So we were quite lucky. Otherwise, a wild elephant, a male bull elephant, would be a bit of a task, I would say. So that was our amazing experience with the elephant. I think also the other, was the standard game drives we're having, and such beautiful sunsets when you're out there and you just feel, the breeze coming through. You're out in the bush, just yourself, with the wilderness, the sun setting down over the hills. The amazing colours that you have. An lucky escape, absolutely. And just having your drinks, and everything is more like a 1900s silver service sort of crystal feel to it that you have over there. The camp only runs on generators. In the evenings now, the generators generally go off, so that you can have a real wild experience with lanterns and having dining with lanterns. You have your own private areas where you can sit and have it's an a la carte menu. And you felt really like an Out of Africa feeling to it. If you've watched the film Out of Africa, just comment below if you ever have watched the film Out of Africa. Now, that is exactly the sort of feel that you get when you're at Gorah. And just the feel of you being in that environment and just with nature, no electricity around you, it's pure silence, lanterns. It's one of the most amazing feelings to have, and the food is just, again, I have to say, it's beautiful. And I just want to say, Gorah, I think, was one of our most amazing camps that we'd visited. So yes, I think that's what we wanted to share with you guys. Again, I'm going to just play this one more time before we go, and then I want to know what it is.
Is it clear enough? Holly's saying, what is the sound?
Sounds amazing, yes. Yes.
You have to guess, Holly.
You have to guess, Holly. Can you hear it properly, though? Just comment, yes.
Nicole is so convinced it's the warthog.
No, Nicole, it's not a warthog. Not a warthog. I'll give you a clue. How would you do it? It's a massive migration out in Eastern Africa. It's one of the animals that migrates in huge herds in Eastern Africa.
Okay, that's a big hint.
That's a huge hint. Yes, a herd of something. Yes, yes. Suki, I know you want to really say it. You're not allowed to.
Holly says, I can hear it. Great.
Oh, I know. Oh,
okay.
Holly.
Okay.
I hope you haven't cheated, Holly.
Yeah, she must have. She's an encyclopedia. Was it in the last
Yes! Holly, well done.
Guessed it right, yes, Holly.
Well done, Holly.
You're the
Brilliant.
winner.
You're the winner today. Excellent. Well done. Well done. And it was in The Lion King as well. So, yes, Nicole, you were almost there, Nicole. Almost there. Almost there. So, guys, we'll be posting up the YouTube. We'll post up a few images of our experience out there. Please do click on them. Please subscribe to our YouTube. Please, share with your friends our live Facebooks. We're here to serve you guys. We want to spread our word about safaris to everybody, and to serve you guys. So if you have any questions at all about safaris, or what you guys want to know a bit more, any questions you have about safaris, any concerns you have about safaris, please comment on the box below, and we will do everything we can to give you a shout out as well as answer your questions. And we'll be choosing every every Friday. There may be some breakages on a Friday because in May, Bina and I are traveling to different parts of Africa. I'm going to a conference and Bina's going out gorilla trekking. So it's going to be amazing. This is all to serve you guys. You know, we want to go out there and experience things so that we can bring it to you and, you know, and share a little bit more. And hopefully we'll be able to, if, you know, we have Wi-Fi over there, we'll be able to do some live feeds for you as we're out there and show you guys what the real adventure is on the ground itself. And so, you know, we'll be really looking forward to it, and we'll be looking forward to bringing it to you guys. So please, you know, feel free, share it with everybody, and enjoy yourselves. And we really thank you for taking your time out and tuning in today. And thank you very, very much. And vlog, yes. We want to do the vlogging.
We need to try our hand. I definitely want
That's
to.
one thing, Nicole, we're going to have a word with you about. And yes, it's going to be great. Well, Bina's the lucky one doing the gorilla trekking and the chimpanzee trekking.
Yes, okay.
I'll be out on a trade fair for a while, and then I'll be going to the KwaZulu-Natal for a bit and doing site inspections over there, and then going to a game reserve. But that'll be very. I'll keep you posted wherever I am, because I'm going to try and see different areas and try and bring you guys with me live, hopefully. So it's going to be great. But that'll be in May, so we've got a bit of time still to speak to you guys.
Still about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
to go,
around
so.
3 weeks' time. But we will definitely be sharing it with you guys, because definitely you guys have to see what we do. And we're here to serve you. And again, thank you so much. Take care of you guys, and we'll see you next week. And please share with anybody, and also comment on the boxes below. Any questions you need to know, so we can serve you guys and we can answer that for you. So thank you again, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for
and have a wonderful weekend.
Joining us, and we will make sure to keep you guys more entertained, and we will post the Facebook Live from wherever we are on our trips in East and Southern Africa from the Fridays after the next few weeks. Please do try and turn the notifications on if you do like our posts, and so that you get a notification every time we go live and you don't miss out anything when we are live. Thank you all for watching.
Take care, guys.
Have a lovely weekend.
And so it definitely confirmed to you it was a wildebeest, by the way, that noise. All right. So Holly, you won the challenge today. Fantastic. Well done. And we'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.